motivated after hearing what he has to say. Eugene?
Thank you, George.
Yours.
Yeah, I must say that you're a very humorous person. I wish that I have your sense of humor.
Thank you.
Can all of us mute? Because I still hear some noises here and there. Yeah. And yeah, thank you. Okay, so as and when you have questions, I encourage you to type it out in the chat box. Are you familiar with the chat box? Can we just practice by typing how you feel right now on the chat box, just as a warm-up, okay? So I'm going to type my feeling. Okay, if you don't spell correctly, it's perfectly okay. Yeah, this is not English lesson. Yeah, yeah, hello is fine, but type your feeling, Excited, nervous, bored, tired, sleepy, passionate, motivated. Yeah. Wow, a lot of people feeling happy, very good. Wow, interested. Wow, nice. Heat out. Wow, heat out. What does heat out mean? Okay, great. Okay, good. Looks like a lot of you know how to use the chat box. Anytime you want, type a question there, okay? I'll try my best to pay attention to it and address it during my speech. So this is not pre-recorded. I am actually live right now. You know, I'm actually feeling painful and I pinch myself. Yeah, so I can respond to you live. You know, don't treat this like a YouTube video whereby you cannot interact. You can interact. You know, I can change my direction of the talk based on your questions. Oh, somebody feel angry here. Okay. Okay, a private message, so I cannot reveal who feels angry. If you feel angry, please go and get tea and coffee and calm yourself down. Okay, because I want to make you feel happy. Okay, make sure you are comfortable. And no one, please, whenever you want to go to the toilet, do not keep your video on. Okay, I have seen too many things I shouldn't have seen in the past 3 months. Okay, go to the toilet, switch off your video. In fact, leave your laptop in the living room, then go to the toilet. Okay, do not bring it along. It's okay to miss my speech for a few minutes. Anyway, it's recorded. Yeah, so I believe Rotary Club members can easily watch it again if I speak too fast. You know, in fact, you can pause and then take notes and then play again. It's very good. Technology is wonderful. So without further ado, I would like to find out about your motivation level right now so that I know whether I should speak at a low level, mid level, or high level. Okay. Hey Laura, your mic is on. Can you mute it? Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to share something called the Mentimeter. Some of you may be quite familiar with it. Okay, let me go to the Mentimeter. Okay, can you please take out your phone or tablet and go to this URL called menti.com. Okay, it's very simple. Just type out menti.com on any device that has 4G or Wi-Fi. And they will ask you for a code. Type out these 6 numbers. Okay, these 6 numbers are not meant for 4D or Toto. It is purely for Menti. Okay, 391376. Okay, this is totally anonymous. So if you feel your motivation level is 1 only, it is perfectly okay. You type it in, okay? Because nobody knows who answered what number. Okay, there are about 30 of us. So let me see how many of you responded. 4 responded only so far. I tell you, it's very fun. I love to play with Mentimeter. And if you also want to coach your team in your company, you can use Mentimeter. It is free. It is free. And I do not represent Mentimeter. Yeah, so I don't sell Mentimeter. I've been using it quite often. 13 of you have responded. Very good. Oh, not bad. Motivation level quite high for personal, 3.8. For work goals is 3.3. How come? How come work goal like lower than personal goal? Interesting. Okay, 22 of you responded already. Well done. Okay, if you see on the bottom right corner, you will know exactly how many people responded. Okay, 24, 25. I think once we hit 30, I will move on. Somebody wrote a chat. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hey, don't worry. Yeah, this is not O level or A level. So if you cannot key in, just leave it. Yeah, I will not penalize you. Yeah. Yeah, I do not know your personal data, so I have no chance of catching it. Okay, good. So it's 3.6 personal, 3.3 work goals. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I play this game quite often across different organizations, and the score is often very surprising. Some companies that engage me, their score is below 3, 2.2, 2.3. By the way, if you are leading teams, it can be lead 2%, lead 1%. As long as you are leading a team, can you type out the word team in the group chat? Yeah, I just want to have a sense whether anyone here is leading a team, and therefore the way I share will also relate to you. Okay, very good, very good. By the way, I'm also leading a team. I'm the chief coach. In other words, there are other coaches. Wow, quite a number of you. Okay, very good. I think it's clearly that Rotary Club is full of leaders. Yeah, very good. And anyway, if you are a parent, you are definitely leading a team. Okay, yeah, 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, or some of you lead your spouse. Wife lead husband, husband lead wife. That's also a team. Yeah, that's very important. That's the most important team, in fact, the family unit. Okay, so when you lead a team, you'll be surprised that when they answer this, some of them score 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5, and so on. Yeah, and I have good news for you. Motivation is 100% controllable. Okay, if you are taking notes, please write this down somewhere. If you like to tattoo, you can tattoo it on your arm. Motivation is 100% controllable. This has been true for me for the past 5 years. It wasn't so true for me before that. Yeah, let me share with you my story later. Okay, so first, I want to share with you a framework. I didn't come for this talk just to play games with you and then share my story. That will be a disrespect of your time. I want to share with you a very important framework. Okay, this framework is created by me. That means you can't find it by Googling. Yeah, but it's created by me after reading books, after experiencing life, and after coaching hundreds of companies. Okay, in the past 5 years. And it's not just a Singapore framework. It works for Shanghai, it works for Hangzhou, it works for Dubai, it works for Maldives, it worked for Moscow when I was in Moscow last year, it worked for Sydney. So I've been traveling around the world. Most recently in February, I went to Florida, and it works for Florida. Yeah, thankfully I came back in time before the whole virus issue. And I wasn't the one who spread it to Florida. Please don't look at me like that. Okay? Okay. So it works. Okay, it works. So let me share this with you. Okay, welcome to Take Picture. Okay, this is not some McDonald's franchise system where I'm going to charge you $1 million for using. Feel free to use it. Use it today, use it tomorrow, use it for your team. Okay, let me share with you right now. Where's my PowerPoint? Okay. Okay, very good. Can you see it? If you can see it, just type yes. Or actually, there's an icon with a thumbs up, a fake thumbs up, not your real thumb. Yeah, the icon. You can also put thumbs up so that you can respond to me. Either that, you can put yes. Because if you can't see it, then no point me continuing. Okay, good. I think all of you put yes. Okay, let me continue on. So I won't read out this one. This one is on the flyer, which we already read out. And we have already done the Mentimeter. So now you are at 3 point something, which is very good. So now my question for you is, what factors, okay, think about this first. Don't answer too quickly. What factors in your life increase your motivation? Okay, don't answer first. Do some self-reflection first. All of us have life experience. So think about in the past 10 years, 20 years, what were the factors that increased our motivation and what were the factors that decreased our motivation? It's the same factor. For example, I give you one very simple factor. When I was working in the investment banking, appreciation, like when my boss appreciated me, it increased my motivation. When my boss didn't appreciate me, when he took me for granted, it decreased my motivation. Okay, so that is my question for you. And I'm going to share with you again the Mentimeter. Okay, I hope you didn't close the browser. Yeah, if you close, don't worry, just go back in. Okay, so I would like you to answer in the Mentimeter exactly the same code. Okay, exactly the same. I would like you to answer. If you go to next page, go to the next page. Okay, what factors increase your motivation? There are 3 fields for you to fill in. If you say appreciation, recognition, then you write the word appreciation. Okay, if you say money, yeah, some of you, it is anonymous, so feel free to write money. It sounds wrong, but some of you are motivated by money. So type money, okay, or wealth, or mind share, market share, any kind of thing, awards, yeah. Application increases your motivation. Wow, this is a very technical term. Okay, goals achievement, very good. Okay, easy. I knew money is going to come in at some point. Passive income, very good. Success, recognition. Wow, hey, this is very interesting. This is the Rotary Club word map. Yeah, I guess a lot of you probably haven't played this game before. So you can later take a picture once this is done, and then you can know your Rotary Club. Okay. The word appreciation is very big because a lot of you are testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes my voice may suddenly break off due to poor Wi-Fi. Yeah, just let me know. Then I won't keep talking and talking nonstop. Can it works, Yeah. So the word appreciation is so big because it is a lot of people think appreciation is important. Okay, recognition is important, money is important, family is important. All the words that are small, like self-fulfillment, residual income, purpose, is because only one person wrote it. Okay. Travel is also quite big. That means more than 2, 3 people wrote it. Okay, I think 31 wrote it already. Is that all? If that's all, then we take a picture of this. I also want to take a picture of it. We will come back very often to this. 32 people. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, we'll come back very often to this chart. Okay, so please take a picture, which I'm going to do right now. Okay. And this is a survey. It's more like national survey, except it's a survey for the 32 of you. Yeah, and this shows whether you're aligned or not. Because, for example, if a team is not aligned, like a lot of you wrote, at least more than 10 of you wrote, you are leading a team. If you're leading a team that is not aligned, right? Let's say your team member is very focused on money as motivator, but you are very focused on achievement. Then you and your team member not aligned, whatever you say during the team meeting is not going to resonate much and not going to motivate a lot. Okay, so you need to speak the same language as your team member. But you yourself, sometimes you're not internally aligned. Okay, your head tells you money is important, but actually you can earn a lot of money, 20, 30, 40K per month, but somehow your heart feels very weak. You feel someone is not muted. Yeah, I still can hear noise. So your head says money, your heart says something else. So when you have misalignment, right, then you start to feel confused. Some people call it midlife crisis. I'm midlife. I'm 44 years old. That's supposed to be midlife. And some of my friends, they leave very high paying jobs. Okay, like CFO. Wow, easily earn 30K per month, but decided to give up to be a monk or to be a pastor. Yeah. So why would that happen? I mean, this person keeps saying money is important, but somehow it broke. This imaginary motivation broke. He suddenly realized, no, money is not that important. So he decided to give up the 30K per month to do something that to him is more important. Okay, so now we have found out more about each other. Thank you very much. Now let me continue sharing my PowerPoint so that you can see my framework. Okay, so this framework that works all across the world is this. Okay, so in order to increase motivation, it's actually quite scientific. Okay, it's not some airy-fairy concept, mumbo jumbo. I've attended a lot of mumbo jumbo workshops before. There's one that asked me to walk on fire. Some of you may have walked on fire before, hot coals. Yeah, I won't name who. Yeah, but you know, they asked us to do it. Another workshop I went to asked us to cut up, you know, take out a $50 bill and cut it up. Yeah, there are a lot of such motivational workshops around. Some ask you to high five, you know, now social distancing cannot high five, but before COVID-19, you know, high five each other, high five, high five, you know, hug each other, hug each other, you know, like shout it out, ah, ah. You know, so there's a lot of motivational workshops around. May I know who has attended such motivational workshops by some famous guru in Singapore or in America, in Australia, where they make you sit in the ice tub, you know, make you shout, make you walk on hot coal. Anybody? Just type yes. Yeah. Anybody ever went for such motivational workshop? Let me see who. Joanne walk on fire. I think it's the same workshop as me. Anybody else? Anybody else did something that you thought was quite motivational? Like maybe, you know, trust fall. You know, stand on a wall and close your eyes and fall. And then all your teammates catch you. It's like, wow, wow, you feel so good, you know? Like, wow, our team trusts each other. Okay. You know, I was in Singapore Stock Exchange for 7 years. After that, I went to Daiwa Capital Markets. Okay, it's a investment bank and equities broker. Then after that, I went to Nomura, which is another equities broker and investment bank, and that was an expat. That was as an expat in Hong Kong. So that was from 2011 to 2014. So I've done a lot of such things. You know, the banks love to pay top dollar for people to come in. Wow, Richard, walk on broken glass. Okay, that is unheard of. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, hopefully no injury, no blood, nothing. Yeah. So there are a lot of such things out in the market. Okay, I don't want to talk bad about them. What I want to say is from personal observation, after attending those workshops, my motivation starts to drop. Okay. If you agree with me, please put yes. That means the week after you attend those workshops, your motivation very high. After you leave the workshop, you know, 1 week later, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, when real life happens, when you have to wash diapers, now nobody wash diapers, sorry. Now people throw diapers away. When you have to wash your underwear, you know, when we have to wash plates, when you have to mop the floor, then your motivation drops. If you know what I'm talking about, just type yes in a chat box, okay? That means you know that you attend a motivational workshop, and then after you leave, the motivation drops. Yeah. So these things are called unsustainable. Unsustainable. Yeah. So what I want to share with you is a sustainable way to increase your motivation. Yeah. Raja says always. Yeah. So basically it becomes like a drug, right? You have to constantly pay for drugs to inject yourself with motivation. And that is a very poor form of motivation, right? It's not nutritional motivation. If you constantly have to keep paying and jabbing yourself. So I hope that after today, none of us has to do that. Okay, all of us should be able to increase our own motivation anytime we want using this framework. Okay, so here goes. So none of you write this down, but I hear this a lot. I meet a lot of people who are motivated by keeping their job. Okay, some of the teams you're running may actually tell you that, you know, boss, don't ask me to do this, do that. I just want to keep my job. You know, I want to maintain status quo. I want stability. Yeah. If you have heard people say that before, can you type yes? Okay, just type yes so that I know what I say resonates with some of you. I'll be asking you to use the group chat a lot. Yeah, so just keep your fingers there. Yeah, so that I can, although I don't hear you, but I will at least see your response, and that helps me. Okay, Richard say yes, Raja say yes. Yeah, actually a lot of people, there's a HR consulting company that did a survey in 2016, and they found that about 67% of Singaporeans actually are motivated by keeping their job. In my opinion, that's very tragic. It's very tragic, you know, because in other words, they are not trying to achieve anything. They are just trying to survive. It's like a person who eats just to maintain life, you know, like I don't want to die, so that's why I eat. I think that's very tragic. You know what? I want to enjoy food. I mean, at least that's me. Anybody else enjoy food here? Can you type food, you know, or foodie? Yeah, you know, to drive around, go for the famous stalls, and wow, Annie is a foodie. You know, after circuit breaker, Annie, Jeannie, Zelik, come on, let's go out and like chiong the food. Okay, Raja say very much. Okay, wow, rojak, roti, prata, nasi lemak. So we don't eat just to survive. It is very sad, and neither should we work or run a business just to survive. I think it is very sad. People like that in such times like COVID-19, they will immediately have a drop in motivation, because this is the year. Just 4 days ago, Business Times reported that 100,000, okay, 100 followed by 000 jobs will be gone. Okay, they are projected to be gone. It is tragic. This is the year where many people will not keep their jobs. So now government is pumping in money to companies just to make sure people do not lose their jobs. Yeah, so if people want to keep their job as a motivation, this year they will be extremely unmotivated. Okay, so let's go higher. The higher motivation is money, or some are in sales. Anybody doing sales here? Can you just type the word sales? Yeah, I just want to know how many people are doing sales here. And sales in the most generic sense. You know, I don't mean just insurance sales, property sales. It can be as long as you need to go out and convince people to buy your product or service, that is sales. So if you are a business owner who has to sell a service or consultancy, that is sales. So, and Andre is sales, Jenny is sales, Awi, my good friend from Indonesia, is sales, Richard is sales, Chuan is sales, Albert is sales. Oh, quite a number of you. Indra, hey Indra, oh, looks familiar. We meet again. Okay, so a lot of you are in sales. Very good. So am I. So people who are in sales generally tell me money, commission, incentive is my motivator. I want to set the record straight. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I'm not saying, oh, bad for you, you know, naughty. It is okay. I am also motivated by money. I mean, I have 3 kids to provide for. 3 kids. Don't ask me why I have 3 kids, okay? Yeah, but I end up with 3 kids somehow. I think maybe TV program, very boring or something. Yeah, so I end up with 3 kids. And then my wife doesn't work. That's like a double whammy. You know, to have 3 kids itself is a lot of expense. And the fact that my wife doesn't work, and yeah, Tixing knows my wife. Okay, we have known each other for over 20 something years, 30 years in the same church. Yeah, and my wife one day said, I'm not working anymore. It's too stressful taking care of the baby, you know. And then like, what? So money is important to me. I don't want you to get me wrong, like, wow, this guy is like a monk or a pastor, money not important. Money is important, okay? But money cannot be the most important driver for my motivation. It cannot. Eugene Seah, will not allow myself to have money as the main motivator. And for you, I think you joined Rotary Club for a reason. You know, I don't think that money is your number one motivator. Right? If what I say resonates with you, that means money is not your number one motivator. Just put yes. Okay, just put yes. Money is not my number one motivator. If money is your number one motivator, don't type anything. Don't say I love money. Don't type. Okay, that is negative. But if money is not your number one motivator, type yes. Wow, very good. There's a lot of people who are like-minded. Okay, so we must think of something higher than money. Okay, can you now type in the chat box, what do you think is one level higher than money? Okay, what is one level higher than money in increasing your motivation? Okay, those of us who have read about Maslow's hierarchy will know. Okay, yeah, Audrey is correct, but all these are too high already. Purpose, personal goal are too high. I'm just talking about one level higher according to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you want to play cheat, you can go and Google. You can go and Google what is Maslow's hierarchy. M-A-S-L-O-W, Maslow. Okay, he's a psychologist who created a very interesting triangle. Yeah, so let me review it to you. Okay, very good, very good. Most of you are somewhere along that line. Okay, I call these people, or some people call it sense of belonging. or some people call it a social need to help one another, as Samuel Peter says. Okay, or recognition, yes. So all these are people. So it's no longer money. It is people. I think some of you are surprised how come people is so, in the middle. It's like level 3 out of 5. Yeah, it surprised a lot of people because it's already very difficult. No? It's difficult to be driven by people, to serve people, to make people happy. It is already very difficult. But even if you achieve it, it is only in the middle. That means your motivational level will not sustain you for life. I give you a simple example. I am a very people person, okay? People, some of you know me personally, you know. I'm a very people person. I cannot be alone. I need to be sociable. I serve a lot in church, in multiple ministries, and outside of church. Just now, John was reading out everything I volunteer in. In Marceling Primary School, in SG100 Foundation. It's not because I cannot sit still, because I love people. Yeah, but I realize when I serve people, sometimes your heart to bless somebody, to help somebody, but that somebody doesn't help you back. It is very one-sided. It is like a childhood crush, like you are secretly looking at a girl and then falling in love, but the girl doesn't love you at all. It is a tragic love story, right? It's very sad. So when that happens, your motivation level drops. I repeat that. Whenever you think that helping people is your number one motivator, but the other person does not return in kind. In fact, the person even backstab you, slap you, and then think that you are out to sell him something, or that you have no good intention, that people misunderstand you, then your motivation level drops. In other words, at the customer service, helping people social needs level, it is very common in the social service sector. Thank you for that, Zelik. Yeah, very common. Like, let's say you're into grassroots, like, let's talk about SG100. SG100, we like to mentor youths, like undergrads in Poly or SMU or NUS. And some of these undergrads, okay, this is going to sound a bit like complaining. Can you imagine, I usually charge people $1,000 per hour for coaching, okay, one-on-one coaching. And this student pay me zero, okay? I say free mentorship, you're not earning money, I don't expect you to earn. And guess what happens? The student no show. That means I turn up at the event, but the student texts me and say, sorry, I cannot make it anymore. Okay, last minute I have something on, and I cannot imagine what is the something on. And okay, one time is okay. I mean, I've done that to people before. Like suddenly, let's say my children are sick, I have to bring them to the hospital. I can understand. But to do it multiple times shows that there's something wrong in the value system of this guy. Do you see that? Yeah. So my motivation level dropped. I will end up saying things like, don't want to mentor already. My whole heart, I want to help you, but you don't help yourself. So forget it. Yeah. So my motivation goes down. By the way, I think most of you are married, same thing, right? The wife wants to love the husband, right? Wants to give tea to the husband, give coffee to the husband, and the husband say, hey, why so cold? Ayo, why so sweet? Ayo, which store do you buy from? Oh, so lousy today. And guess what the wife feels? Don't give you already lah. Wow, I out of love go and buy for you. You give me this kind of attitude. I'd rather give to our dog. I pour coffee to our dog. I'll never buy for you again. Correct? So this is very common in families. Right? Same as kids, by the way. I mean, some of you have teenage kids or young adult kids. Your kids want to do something for you. Some are really very kind people. I mean, like I know Teck Shing's 2 daughters. They are both amazing young women, very talented, very intelligent. Yeah, and let's say they want to love the mommy, and then bring her out. And then the mommy say, don't want, waste money, you always buy this kind of thing. Don't go to expensive restaurant. Just eat downstairs. Yeah, eat the cai peng will do. Then the 2 daughters will think like, you work so hard for your life. Now time to relax, time to enjoy yourself. and then you still want to eat cai peng downstairs. Something wrong with you. Don't spend time with you already lah. I go with my friend for high tea, you know. So every time we want to help people and their response is not up to our expectation, our motivation level goes down. Which is why helping people cannot be our highest motivation level. Okay, those who agree with me, just put agree. Thank you. Helping people can stay, okay, but it cannot be our highest motivator. It cannot. If it remains as higher motivator, I guarantee you, you will burn out. You will burn out. I've met so many kind people like that. They are counselors, right? They are life coaches, and they burn out. After a while, they want to quit. They say, I don't want already. You know, these people abuse me, take advantage of me. Or very common in sales. Like you really go all out to serve the person, right? With no evil intention. But they take advantage of your kindness and just squeeze you dry. You know, take all the free things from you, and they never think of paying you at all. Okay? So that is another reason why a lot of salespeople, they quit, you know, or they become transactional. They say, I never mind. You know, I give you such a good thing. You give me this kind of attitude, don't pay me. Then from now on, I treat you like a robot, which is why customer service goes down. You know, people start to feel, hey, this company changed already. Hey, how come the food last time tastes so good, now not good? Because people's motivation drops. They feel that I give you so much, but you pay me so little, forget it. Okay? And then can you imagine now, you serve the same customer for 5 years, okay? Then you go golf together, you go high-class restaurant to eat dinner together, you celebrate birthdays together, and then in the 6th year, they come to you and say, hey, Xiong, sorry, I cannot support you anymore. Too expensive. Yeah, we compare 3 quotations, and then you are the top one, you know. We go for cheaper one already. Thank you for your service for the past 5 years. Hope you understand. Bye-bye. Has this happened to you before? If it has happened to you, just put yes, okay? Yes. Yeah, that the person, after you serve him so much, he becomes transactional on you. He starts to compare price in front of you. A little bit like just disregarding all your years of relationship and friendship. Yeah, Richard says yes. It's very common in the market. So let's go higher, okay? Let's go higher so that motivation becomes more controllable. This is the higher purpose, okay? By the way, these purposes are not mutually exclusive. Yeah, I'm not asking you to replace one purpose with another. Our heart and our brain is huge. Okay, it has a huge potential. We can fit in all the 5 levels together. Okay, there's no need to replace. No need. Yeah, I'm not asking you to throw out the fact that you need to keep your job. Throw out the fact that you need to get your commission. No. Okay, keep it. Yeah, but I want you to layer, not replace. Layer higher levels of motivation on top of the others. Most people don't feel motivated because they only have 1 or 2. For example, if they are only motivated by keeping their job and by commission or by sales, then that is very low because it's only 2 levels. You know, little things can cause them to lose their motivation. Like COVID-19, suddenly sales disappear. Right? People, you know, the company that's supposed to sign your contract suddenly goes bankrupt, right? Suddenly has to retrench staff. So their motivation disappear because they only had 2 to start with. Can you imagine if your toolbox, you engage a plumber, right? Hello? Xiong. Sorry, I like the name Xiong a lot. I don't know why. Okay, Xiong, can you come to my house, you know, fix my pipe for me? And then he only bring a hammer. Do you still want to hire this plumber? He has no toolbox. He only brings a hammer. There's something wrong. You know, he can't solve the problem. I guarantee you. He can only ding ding, dong dong, ding ding, dong dong. What a lousy plumber. You should report him to case, okay? So a good plumber brings a toolbox, and you open the toolbox and there are multiple tools in it. And likewise, in order to fully control and manage your own motivation, you need a toolbox. And in this toolbox, you should at least have 5 tools. And that is what I'm sharing with you today, okay? So tool number 4 is result, solution, and achievement. This is fully controllable. You see that? I don't care how the customer treat you. The customer can be rude to you. You can still achieve the result. Believe me when I say, when I did sales for the past 5 years, there have been more than 20% of my clients who have been rude to me, who have been very transactional on me, who ghost me. You know what's ghost? That means I text them, but they don't text me back, okay? There are many people like that. But I continue to achieve results, and my results are always 20 to 30% higher than the previous year. Okay, in the past 5 years, it has been always like that. So I feel motivated because regardless how they treat me, I continue to achieve and achieve and achieve and achieve. So my suggestion for all of you here today is write down exactly what you want to achieve. Okay, beyond customer service, beyond helping people, beyond feeling good about socializing with people. Okay, beyond all that, because that is not sustainable. Okay, write down. Okay, do it as your homework. Write down what is the result that you want to achieve. I give you an example, Joseph Schooling. All of us know him, okay? By the way, he is one of my 偶像. 偶像 means idol. Yeah, Christian not supposed to worship idol. Yeah, but you know, metaphorically speaking, idol. Because Joseph Schooling, at the age of 6, he told his father, I mean, all of us read Straits Times, right? You know this story. At the age of 6, he told his father, Papa, I want to swim and represent Singapore in Olympics. You know, if it's your son, what do? You slap him like, wake up your idea, this is Singapore, you know. You better be doctor or engineer or lawyer, I tell you. One more word from you about swimming, I make you kneel down there. No more sleeping, no more candy for you. Yeah, but we all know Joseph Schooling's parents are not like that, right? They even sold their house to finance their son to go US to swim and train under a top coach, a swimming coach. That is crazy. So finally, Joseph Schooling, after training for so many years, he decided, now is the year. Now is the year I'm going to represent Singapore. And that year, he went to London. Okay, can anyone remember what was his result in London? Come, please tell me. This is current affairs quiz. What was his medal in London Olympics? What was his medal? Was it bronze, silver, gold? Come. No shy. Some of you are going to Google and find out the answer first. Don't play cheat. Yeah. Tell me. Zelik say in London he didn't win any medals. Very good. Very good. In nothing. Corina says nothing. Joseph Schooling did not win anything in London. He was almost disqualified for wearing the wrong brand of goggles, because Olympic is a money-making machine. I mean, if the company did not sponsor, you are not allowed to wear their goggles, because the camera is going to zoom in very close to your face, and then accidentally you will be representing that brand. Yeah, so he almost got disqualified. So imagine if his motivation is people, right? Wouldn't he be completely jaded? You think about it. He said, wow, I give it my all for Olympic, but now they are talking to me about logo, about sponsorship. What kind of lousy organization is this? Completely no sportsmanship. 我不干了, 你们都是傻瓜, right? So imagine if he was motivated by people, he would have quit that year. But no, all of us know he's motivated by what? By result, by achievement. When he says something, he will do it. Okay, that's the Joseph Schooling I know. So he decided, I'm going to train harder. And for the next Olympics, anybody knows what is the city that is after London? Anybody? Let's do some current affairs quiz to keep it going, you know, so that you don't fall asleep while I'm talking. Okay, anybody can guess? What was the Olympic city after London? After London. Where did Joseph Schooling go to compete? Some of you checking Google again. Okay, Joanne, very good. Okay, and Zelik, Zelik knows a lot about Olympics. So Joanne says Rio, very good. And this time, what did Joseph Schooling win? Come, This is the most obvious one. What did Joseph Schooling win in Rio? What did he win in Rio? Come, let's see whether you know what Joseph Schooling win in Rio. What was the medal that he won in Rio? I hope all of you know Joseph Schooling. I purposely want to share someone whom all of us know. Okay? Yes, wow, Joanne, very specific. Gold man in 100-meter butterfly. This guy is a legend and he's still so young. Right? Oh, Joanne says hey Joanne, please get in touch with me. I want to meet him in person. So far, I only follow him on Facebook. Yeah, I want to meet him in person, get some positive energy from him, you know. Joseph Schooling is amazing person because he's very result, solution, and achievement oriented. People who are focused on result will never allow anything else to stop them. Okay, do you think that Joseph is motivated by money? Yes or no? Is he motivated by money? Yes or no? Because we all know that Joseph won $1 million after winning Olympics, right? And all of us also know that after winning the $1 million, a big chunk of it went to the government, okay? And the other chunk goes to who? Goes back to the parents. Don't forget who financed him to go to US to study, okay? To learn swimming. So in other words, as a business model, Joseph Schooling is a complete failure. Right? You pump in $1 million as startup capital, and it takes so long for him to finally earn back $1 million, and a big chunk of it you pay back to government. This is one of the worst entrepreneurs I have ever seen. Right? He should never be a businessman. Spend more than 1 million, not just 1 million. So in other words, it's loss making, not even break even. Like, what kind of silly person wants to earn money and swims? Okay, the answer is nobody. Okay, so it cannot be money and it cannot be just people. It has to be result. The highest level, and this may surprise a lot of you. Okay, the highest level is this. And this is not from Eugene Seah, it is from another psychologist. Later, I'll share with you the psychologist's name. Okay? Okay. Ready? I'm going to write down 5 words that summarize everything. Survival is the lowest level. Security, social, success, and the highest level is called spiritual growth. This is not religious. So it doesn't matter whether you're a free thinker, Buddhist, Christian, or Muslim. A spiritual growth can happen to any human being. And I got this from a guy called Dr. Scott Peck. For those who love to read, I highly suggest you read this book. Okay? Feel free to take a picture. This is the complete picture already. Okay? Take a picture of my framework. Take a snapshot, screenshot, do whatever you like. Yeah, but if you don't mind, attribute it to me. Just say, I heard it at Eugene Seah's talk. Okay? So The Road Less Traveled is a life-changing book for me. Okay, I learned a new psychology of what love means. Okay, what spiritual growth means, what belief means, what work means, what marriage means, what struggle means. So I learned all that from this book, The Road Less Traveled. Okay, I highly recommend you please go and read it. And let me continue. Have you taken a picture? 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me now share with you something called benchmarking. So when we talk about growth, then you need a benchmark, right? I mean, what does growth mean if there's no benchmark? If you have never seen a tree and you look at a seed, then how do you know the potential of the seed? Well, I'm starting to sound like a pastor already. Okay, think about it. If you have never seen a tree and I give you a seed, then how do you know the potential of the seed? We only know that the seed has not fully achieved its potential because you benchmark it to the tree. Okay, do you see it? Oh, sorry, my time is almost up. So let me quickly rush through the rest of it. So I want to suggest that all of you choose a benchmark. That means if Bill Gates is your benchmark, then work very hard to be motivated so that you close the gap between you and Bill Gates. If Lee Kuan Yew is your benchmark, then you work very hard to grow so that you close the gap between you and Lee Kuan Yew. Okay, so this is your homework because I'm running out of time. Please write down exactly who is your benchmark. Without a benchmark, then this level 5 called spiritual growth is meaningless to you. Okay? Some of you can set yourself as benchmark. That means you want to be better than yesterday. Also can. But honestly, that is not very motivational. Because it's very easy to be better than yesterday. But it's not easy to reach Bill Gates, to reach Lee Kuan Yew. So I prefer to have a benchmark like Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Jesus, Mother Teresa. You know, I have a benchmark, so I know that whatever I've achieved today is only 10% of what they achieved. And therefore, in my life, I will continue to strive and learn and grow to close the gap of the 90%. If this resonates with you, just put agree, okay? While I continue, put agree. So let me close off very quickly by sharing how I, Eugene Seah, use this framework in my life, okay? So that you know I'm not just a theory person. You know, I'm not just writing a book or teaching a lecture hall full of undergrads. This is real life, and I used it in my life. 2001, I got the scholarship, okay? So I was motivated by achievement. Okay, I was constantly motivated by achievement. Then the money in my bank kept growing because I got promoted, okay? So in 2008, my salary jumped from 6,000 to 12,000 because a Japanese bank poached me. So I moved, I left SGX and I moved to a bank called Daiwa. And suddenly money began motivating me. I was motivated by achievement. Then suddenly my motivation dropped, you know, it dropped to money. Suddenly money became my motivator. And I was very, very driven to earn more, to earn more, to earn more. I was so driven that in 2011, I moved to Hong Kong to be an expat there. Okay, so I was a vice president of a bank called Nomura, and I was covering the region, Asia, Pac, X, Japan. This is IFC where I was working in. So I was very driven by money until I got burnt out. And very thankful, something happened to me after I got burnt out. 2013, I lost my job. So the moment I lost my job, I no longer felt burnt out. I mean, there's no work to do, how to feel burnt out. I have no idea. Okay. So now can you see that suddenly I have to find a new motivation. So my new motivation is, you want to guess what's my motivation? To survive. Okay. I wanted to survive because my salary became zero and I needed to pay the bills, to buy food for myself, to buy food for my family. So I went down to the most basic, the lowest level survival as my motivator. Then I started climbing up. Then my family became my motivator. You know, I want to provide a better life for them. So I have to look at my family picture and think to myself, I want to do better. I want to do better. And that started motivating me even more. And then I started benchmarking myself to famous people in Singapore. This guy is Benny Secure, founder of 18 Chef. I have no time to share his full story, but just believe me when I say that he was a convict in jail for many years, more than 10 years. He, at the age of 47, after leaving the jail, he started becoming a chef, and he was not successful until in his early 50s. Now he's a multimillionaire and a philanthropist, okay, and an entrepreneur of many F&B chains. And then this guy called Jason Chi, also my benchmark. Okay, not in terms of wealth, but in terms of mindset. Okay, was in the ship and through an accident lost one arm and two legs. Most people would have given up on life or killed themselves, but not Jason Chi. Jason Chi, after this incident, trained himself so hard until he became a two-time gold champion for table tennis. Okay, I don't know if you play table tennis with him, who will win. Okay, I highly doubt that you will win. This guy is very, very good. So talking about motivational level, Benny and Jason are my benchmark. And this guy is Nick Vujicic. Okay, I know him, he doesn't know me. I went to buy ticket to see him on stage to motivate us. And when you see someone like that, without $1,000 per hour as a speaker, I bet definitely you will also feel motivated like me, okay? Because I start to think that this guy is so far away from me. I mean, I have hands and legs, but I'm nowhere near this guy. So I started to have spiritual growth as my motivator. I want to become like him in terms of growth, in terms of motivational level, in terms of global impact. So this guy became my benchmark. And because I choose my benchmark very carefully, my life transformed. Okay, I started being invited for TED Talk. I started being invited to other countries, including Florida, to be the keynote speaker. I'm still not earning $25,000 per hour, okay? But my current keynote rate is $15,000 per hour, 15,000. So I still have a gap to catch up with Nick Vujicic. And I am also in financial advisory, but not just any ordinary financial advisory. I am in the top 5% in the world. It's called a $1 Million Round Table Club, okay? And after that, the newspaper started featuring me about my story. As podcast, by the way, I always look up to Ang Mo, you know, Ang Mo. And when Ang Mo wants to interview me, I feel like, wow, I have arrived. It's very strange to think this way, but you know, for some reason, I have this subconsciousness. And then Business Times started featuring me. So there's a moral of my story, okay? And with this, I want to end. The moral of the story is to increase your motivation, focus on the top 3 level, okay? To increase on your motivation, focus on your top 3 level. Choose a benchmark that you want to be and keep striving towards that benchmark in terms of helping people, in terms of achievement, and in terms of growth. And definitely your life will be amazing. Okay, let me just leave my contact details as the ending. Yeah, if you would like to keep in touch with me, I write a lot on LinkedIn. Yeah, I encourage all of you to have a LinkedIn account. It's free and you get to meet international gurus on any subject you want. AI, machine learning, ecosystem building, on data analytics, on robotics, anything you want on LinkedIn, you can find that guy. I mean, you can follow Bill Gates, read about him, personally connect with him. It is amazing, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to count down 3 seconds and I will switch to the next contact. Okay, 3, 2, 1, please connect with me. And this is Facebook. Okay, some of you may not have Facebook, it's perfectly fine. But if you do have Facebook, I encourage you to join my group. This group is called Super Brand Me, and I share a lot of my daily lessons there. You know, sometimes I share jokes about personal branding or sometimes I share my video. Okay, so just scan this QR code. Again, I'm going to count down 3 seconds. Yeah, feel free to connect with me on Facebook in this group as well. Okay, this group doesn't sell anything. It's not a sales group. It is purely for motivation and inspiration. I call it the Super Brand Me Club. Okay, and finally, okay, let me just skip all this content that I wanted to share with you. I just want to share that actually I speak on a lot more topics. And if you see value, in me coaching your team or speaking at your organization outside of Rotary Club, feel free to send an email to my secretary. Okay, so that number is my secretary, because if you send it to me, I may be too busy to reply you. Yeah, but if you send it to my secretary, for sure, I mean, her full-time job is to reply you. Okay, yeah, so please text your email address to my secretary. Her name is, by the way, and add your email to our mailing list. Get free tips every month without on negotiation, persuasion, branding, sales, and so on. As well as if you want to talk to me about further value, then my secretary call to me. Okay, I'm so sorry for taking up more time than I'm allocated. Yeah, let me just stop here. Okay, I think Roger, it is back to you.
Yeah.
Or John.
Thanks, Eugene. Okay. I'll get Texin to carry on.
Hey, Texin, you're muted. Texin, you're muted.
Okay. I will now invite our past president, Professor Liu Tan, to give the thank you speech.
Thank you, President Texin. On behalf of everybody who's watching you, quite enthralled, Eugene, even though you overran your time, but never mind. You gave a very good workshop. It isn't often that we get to listen to a motivational workshop, not AKA Billy Graham style, which, as you have pointed out, you get so excited while you're listening to it. 2 weeks later, you've forgotten what the rah was all about. But you have covered the motivations of what moves people, and that's important. We need our basic needs. We need stable jobs. We need money. We need to help others, because it's by helping others that we help ourselves. But more importantly, your higher two S's, the successes and the spiritual end. Spiritual is not new, and it's not about God, because even in the 8.5 intelligences in the education sector, we find that there is a spiritual intelligence as well, and it's not purely about religion. And you have given us food for thought about how to live this world, live this life, being motivated. And you have said it's 100% controllable. You have explained how you went through all the different processes, what motivated you, what brought you down, what brought you back right up again. And I think that's an inspirational story for all of us to remember, especially in this time of COVID-19, when the world has been turned upside down. And the question always is, so what? You are the richest man in the world. You may not even be able to spend it, to enjoy the things that money can bring. And so it's a good time to bring back that spirituality into the motivational realm of the real world around us. So finding meaning in work and life is what you have given us. Thank you very much for your inspirational talk. Tekshin, back to you.
Thank you, Leo. I would now like to conclude this this session on the talk on this talk. I'd like to thank Eugene again, and also thank all the members who come to join us today, our fellow Rotarians, our friends. With this, I'd like to conclude this session, and we hope to see you again. We will have two talks coming up in on the 12th of May. That it will be a talk by Dr. Goh Wei Leong. He will talk on COVID and the foreign workers. Dr. Goh is an inspiration. He has been involved with helping the foreign workers on the medical front. He has volunteered his service for many years to those foreign workers in need. So on May 12th at 1 o'clock, we will have him joining us. And subsequent to that, on May 26th, we will have invited the CEO of Apex Harmony Lodge, Ms. So Miju, to join us to talk about dementia, what they have done in the lodge, and also their outreach. Dementia is getting very common even among the younger age. So we hope to see you. We shall send out our invitation. So until now, have a good time at home. Stay safe, and we see you again. Bye, everybody. We will for our own club members, and also fellow Rotarians who wish to join us for our own club meeting, you may join. But for the non-Rotarians, we will invite you to leave now. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for the invitation.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
See you again.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
A very good talk.
Annie may stay behind, Miss Annie Low. Welcome, fellow Rotarians, to our club meeting. Today, joining us, we have DG Jeff, Assistant Governor Lai Hua, also the 2022 DG Joanne. We have our fellow members,